Okay, good evening, everybody. Um, so tonight we're going to be welcoming first of all on the Use Share Grow team quite a few new members. The purpose of the group was basically to say, right, look, we want to have a team of leaders that are really going to now push together and hold each other accountable, um, and start to take charge of the business, but also of events and take leadership roles when we get together. And not it's not just going to be people that are just sitting and taking notes, but actually getting involved, whether you are getting involved in at the door or whether whatever it is. So I just want to get my camera nicely here, and it's just moving on its own anyway. So that was one of the goals that we sort of set for the group, that we want to be in a position where people are really taking charge of themselves, their business, their lives, but also when we have events that people are getting involved and contributing and adding value to the group, and not just taking notes, not just taking, but giving as well. And then we thought, okay, this was now a couple of weeks that we were into it. And then we said, right, okay, now we want to start expanding the group. Now, what are we going to use um, as our entry sort of requirements? And also not just entry requirements, but the sort of the bare minimum that anybody needs to do to stay in the group also, because we don't want to have a case where we have 1,000 people in the group eventually, but only 20 people are coming on every week. That is not the going to be good also. So as a reward for being part of the group, you'll obviously get a lot of value in terms of the special trainings that we'll do, and be invited to whatever events anybody's having. But also, I think if Hazel can speak to the reward and congratulate those that are on the group now. Unfortunately, Michelle and Gail couldn't make it tonight. So, Hazel, could you welcome the people and congratulate them for their achievements?
Yes, thank you, Russell. For me, it is really a big privilege. We were working on this, and I am really very privileged to welcome everybody that's on the group tonight. You guys really worked for it, um, and I believe this is the start of lots of new things in our lives. The biggest thing is, I was just saying today at training, we had training last night, and Keith was saying um, he can do presentations, but the challenge that he has is he don't know how to get the people to presentations. And I don't like taking over when it's not my meeting. And so I didn't say a lot, but today I said, because my team was there, and I said, I feel very strong that whoever had challenges last night, whatever the challenge was because their why wasn't big enough. So I want you guys really to go sit, if you didn't do it yet, that you make a list of all your whys. And like I said, you go sit and you ask God, um, He must tell you what He wants for you for 2025. And have a pen and just rest. The word says you must sit at His feet and rest. Not pray or bid te veel baie kere. Many a times we don't need to pray. We just need to sit at His feet and wait, and then start writing. And then when you have 20, 100, then you divide it into 3 groups: your short, your medium, and your long goals. And then you give it back to the Lord and say, now, God, I believe the two of us is going to run this race. And then, of course, the bigger group will run, we will run with each other. So it's going to mean that we are committed. And if you're not committed, it is fine. I don't have a challenge, but this group, I really want people that will say, I will be committed. Um, like, for example, when Russell had his event, he opened it to the group. And that is how um, other people that is on the group brought new people, and the people started immediately. Because you see, many a times I say something and then people don't hear because they see me as a leader. But then somebody else, a new person, will say exactly what I'm saying for the past 5 years, and people will say, "Ah, did you hear?" I mean, it happens when Charlie comes, people will say, Charlie said this and Drew said that. And then I think, but I say it every time we do training. But it's just, we never know when the penny is going to drop. And it's not about the Hazel or a Russell or whoever is on the call. It's about what we can do for other people. So I am so excited for this group. I really want to congratulate everybody that's on the group. You worked for it. You're not only on the group, you worked to be on this group. You qualified to be on the group. So I'm really very, very excited. Thank you very much, Russell.
Awesome.
And thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Hazel. Okay, so we're gonna start off the training tonight with a video. I came across two videos today that I really thought was there's Gail as well. Hey Gail. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening. Sorry. And I'm late.
Wasn't sure you're gonna make
Um,
it tonight.
Now I'm in the West Coast, so I just
Hazel
came.
said yes.
Yeah, we just came here.
Okay, lovely. Welcome. So
Mm.
we're about to watch a movie, or not a movie, sorry, a video. It's a short video, about a minute long. And some of you might have heard of this sales question before. You know, it's almost like a test that they do with salespeople. And they say, sell me this pen. So they show the person a pen and sell me this pen. I should have had a pen here as a prop. Um, and then they test the salesperson's ability to sell, but also they test their understanding of sales. So we'll speak a bit about that and we can open the floor to what you take out of it after watching the video. So I'm going to go on mute now and play the video. It's just about a minute long. Just let me know, please, if the sound is right on the video.
Can you please sell me this pen?
No one's ever asked me that before. It's the first time. So let me tell you what that whole exercise really stands for, right? So the whole sell me this pen narrative is really, it's a test that you give to a salesman to see if they really understand what selling's all about. If you ask someone who's not a professional salesman, who doesn't have the right instincts, they'll start actually trying to sell you a pen. This pen is great. This pen writes upside down. It's the best value for its money. This pen will last forever. Here, buy this pen. Here's the thing. There's only one rational thing you could do when someone says, sell me this pen, and that is to start asking them questions. So tell me, how long have you been in the market for a pen? What type of pens have you used in the past? Is it business or personal? Typically, when you buy a pen, what type of money do you spend on one? Do you buy expensive pen? The key to selling is to find out, step one, what are your clients' needs, values? What pain are they looking to resolve? What do they need? And you're looking to fill that need at the most basic level, right?
Can you please sell me?
You could do when someone says, sell me this pen, and that is to start asking them questions. So tell me, how long have you been in the market for a pen? What type of pens have you used in the past? Is it business or personal? Typically, when you buy a pen, what type of money do you spend on one? Do you buy expensive pen? The key to selling is to find out, step one, what are your clients' needs, values? What pain are they looking to resolve? What do they need? And you're looking to fill that need at the most basic level, right?
All right, somebody said something in the chat. Is it a clip without visuals? Oh man, don't tell me I didn't have visuals. I was sharing the screen.
No, it was there from the start.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it was there with me as well from the start.
okay. That was just your side then, Mary Lisa. You'll have to
I
catch it
think
on.
so, yeah.
I'll share the clip in any case on the group. So you guys will be added to the group. I think we forgot to add that part. There's a WhatsApp group
Yes.
we need to add you to actually. Let me put that on as a note here. Stars add to the group. Hazel, I think I will make you a admin of the group, just so that you can help me to add those that are not on my phone. I don't
Yes,
want
I
to
will.
be adding the whole group to my phone every time, so we'll do that. So I intentionally played the second half of that clip again because I was actually busy resetting my video, so I needed to make notes. So I've just made some notes because the thought process while reading these, while watching the clip, was to change the pen to supplements or cleaning products, or to change the pen to the skincare range, So do you buy supplements? What kind of supplements do you buy? How much do you pay for your supplements? Why do you buy the supplements? And the same with the cleaning. Do you buy your own cleaning products? Do you buy organic cleaning products? What kind of cleaning products do you buy? And to ask these kind of questions before just going headstrong into what our products can do, what do we have kind of thing. So I just want to open the floor and we're going to go down the list. Remember, we said we want everybody to give some sort of input as well and value. And even if it's just one thought that you have, that might be the most important thought of the night. So don't be shy to share. And I just want to get your thoughts on the video, but also what I'm saying now in terms of flip it to the NeoLife version of that pen. When you are selling or speaking to someone about NeoLife, what questions would you ask them, and what maybe thoughts or epiphanies have you had about the video? So I'm going to keep quiet. You guys can, we'll start at the top with Celeste.
Russell, can we just also one of the rules of this group is we talk in nuggets, so it's short to the point.
Yes.
Okay.
I think what we can maybe do is I will time you guys for a minute and then I'll stop you after a minute. So Celeste, you've got 60 seconds or less. You may go for it.
My point when I speak to people about the things, it's the first of all I want to know. I must find out if they're very rich or if they're very poor or if they're the middle class, because then I can tell him, okay, if they're very rich, then they can afford to have Python defense. They can afford to have a whole lot of range. But if they're very poor, I can only tell him 3 and N, according to what I saw with the pen. I must see to who must I sell the pen, and I must find out the need of that pen. So according to the need and according to
The income range that they have, yes.
yeah. I
Very
hope I
good.
spoke well. I don't know.
Very good. You got 10 seconds to spare. Thanks, Celeste. Charmaine, you've got
Thank
60
you.
seconds. Charmaine, you may unmute yourself. There we go.
Okay. So for me, it's my question will be first, what health challenges do you have? And then I will then pop the question, whatever you say. Okay, so this is what worked for me. How can I then help you according to your budget?
Excellent. Thanks for that, Charmaine. Denise, your 60 seconds start as soon as you unmute.
Okay. Yes, I always start with, would you be open to, if it's to do the business or to get a product? And what I will say is, it's to do with a pen. Where am I going? So,
I was just about to change your direction now. Well done
Yeah.
for realizing it on your own.
yeah. So, also, I'll check what is the financial status, and then I'll go. I'll either sell you like Celeste said, the phyto defense or the 3 and N. And if I still see, well, you're gonna struggle, I'll decant and go from there. Thank you.
Awesome. Wendy can't. Okay, I'm trying to make notes as you speak. Who's next? Gail? You've got 60 seconds once you unmute. Did you see the video, Gail? I didn't check the timing of it now. Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I think
saw the
you said,
video.
okay,
Yes,
go
I
ahead.
saw the video. And this is so interesting, yes, because I just had a week ago, I had somebody who I found, it was a cold call, and I spoke to the person. I told him that I received his number from somebody, and I would like to know how can I help you, because he was actually looking for new life supplements. So he said to me, gave me his story. His wife is actually suffering from some ailment, and I asked, and he has been every route he has been already. So I asked him, the only question I asked him, have you ever thought of going organic? And then he said,
Hmm.
well, this is why he was there. And I had to cut it short because he was at his workplace. So I said, okay, would you mind if I send him some information, and then we can, he said he would like to get some information, and then we had another appointment the next morning at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then the next morning
Sorry,
at
Gail,
8
we way over your minute there.
oh
But
sorry.
I've got your question. Have you ever thought of going organic? And then I'll let you go
Yes,
over your time because I got that second question. Would you mind if I send you some information, which I think is vitally
yes.
important? Thank you very
Okay,
much, Gail.
thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, we're going quick this time around. We're gonna try and stick to our rules. Howard, I think you're next. We're gonna skip Hazel for the time being. Good evening, Howard.
Hi, Russell. Yeah, I think it's a needs analysis that we need to do. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
And I think it's also a price analysis. So with the regards to the price to the products, we maybe need to find out what they're taking at the moment, why they're taking it. Is it just because it's a cheaper product? And if it is, then maybe we need to speak to them about organic and try and fit in a product, that'll be more or less the same price structure.
Yeah,
Okay. My
price
minute up.
structure. I don't know. I was making notes still on what you're saying. I'll check now. You can speak more if you want. Only joking. Next person will be Mary Lisa.
Hi, I think our first port of call is to really pay attention to what the person is saying and listening so that we can establish their need. And the rest has all been said already, so I'm not going to repeat everything.
No problem. That is a vitally important point also. You know, we've spoken about it before in all of our trainings. Listen first and identify the need. How do we pronounce that? Is that, it can be Milka? Am I saying that right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm doing when I approach my customers, I just see in my environment where I used to stay if there's a people who have some sickness and I approach them. And the first medication I give them, the first product I give them is 3-in-1. So to try if it's gonna work. But all of them, I give them the 3-in, all of them, I think that vitamin is working for them. So yeah, it's
Milka,
making me,
did you manage to see the video?
yeah, I can see.
Yeah, so you saw the video. So in the video, they're basically talking about what questions you ask, you know, and asking the questions to gauge something about the person. What is the question? What is one question that you think is important to ask?
The question is important to us is like, I'm asking like, which problem do you have? The first question I ask to the customer is that one.
Which problem do you have?
Or which
Okay.
sickness you have,
Oh,
or
sickness, yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Zuki, you up next?
Hi, good evening. I have an opportunity of meeting people wherever I am. So in these places of work that I am in, when doing my assessment, I would find that most of the people, for their energy, they would be taking the scores or the energy drinks on earth that people they have, and it is affecting their health tremendously. So that's when I find an opportunity of teaching or educating about the bad effect of the energy drinks that leads to them to affect their health, and they present themselves into the clinic. And I will have an opportunity to ask them, would you be able, me giving you or sharing something that is very much organic and that is very much whole food and of good, will have a good impact on your health? And they say yes. So because I'm on duty, I don't get elaborate on it. I just say, give me your number, and then I will be able to contact you at a lesser stage. Then I send the information. So, and make a
Excellent.
follow-up. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Zuki. Okay, so that's a good lot of nuggets. What we'll do after the video, once the video is uploaded to YouTube, we'll share the link, and then there'll automatically be a transcript of everything that was said as well. So we'll have a summary. So you can make your own notes. I think it's still good to make your own notes, even if you use technology to do the notes for you, which is quite simple these days. But the making of the notes also helps you to remember it and to understand it better. So I think those notes are still very important. I'm gonna play the next video. Oh, sorry, Hazel.
Yes.
Didn't give you your 60 seconds yet.
Okay. The big thing is that need. You know, it came through so strong. Find out the need, and then I think it's Suki that said, educate. If we can educate people,
Yeah.
you know, by asking the right questions. So we need to listen. Somebody said it also, that listening is so important. And then by asking the right questions, you will. But if you have it in the back of your mind that we are farmers and not hunters, it becomes so easy. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Hazel. Okay, so I'll play the next video quickly. Let me just get rid of the pin one and open the other one so long. There we go. So I'm gonna go on mute and play that one.
I think it's fantastic.
This is one of your products, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Can you describe what's on the table in front of you?
I think it's fantastic. It's fun, it's unique, it's beautiful.
So this is a unique product.
That's correct.
Here's one of your competitors. Here's another one of your competitors. Now, to me, that just looks exactly the same.
So, to me, they don't look the same.
They're identical.
It's hand-packed.
That won't make any difference to the consumer.
I think the bowl on the top adds to the value of it.
So it's the bowl. This is one of your products, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Can you describe what's on the table in front of you?
I think it's fantastic. It's fun, it's unique, it's beautiful.
So this is a unique product.
That's correct.
Here's one of your competitors. Here's another one of your competitors. Now, to me, that just looks exactly the same.
So, to me, they don't look the same.
They're identical.
It's hand-packed.
That won't make any difference to the consumer.
I think the bowl on the top adds to the value of it.
So it's the bowl.
I found that very funny a reaction there, but I think one of the main things that I got out of this video was how in denial we are sometimes, because we are so I don't want to use the word brainwashed, but we're so well drilled in, we have the best, and our products are the best, and I think I'm close and all of this, that we don't really often stop to question what is the other person thinking, how would we react if we were in their shoes, and just over sort of attack them even sometimes with the information that we have to give them. So just two things that came out of it for me. The first thing was on the screen, it says sell the experience, not the product. And then he also says to her in the clip, that won't make any difference to the consumer. So there's some things that once we are educated enough, we really appreciate about our products, especially once we've experienced it. But when we tell the customer about that won't make any difference to them, not until they've tried it and have had a positive experience. And then she talks about a bow adding value to the product, because sometimes we try to go into the marketing of it and the advertising and that, and we think that that's going to save us or to give us better results. And you ask, so it's about the bow now, so are you saying that the bow is actually the product, or the bow is actually going to make any difference? Because that's what makes it unique. That's what makes it different. So at the point in the video, he says they are identical, when she tries to say they're unique. So I think that's very, very interesting if we think about that. Let's go down the list again. So let me start at the bottom this time, Zuki. Any feedback on that video?
I can attest to what is from that video, because I'm just thinking like somebody who has got maybe joint pains and maybe swollen feet, and you find that I would comment that I can see that you've got swollen feet. What are you using? I'm using omega-3. So where do you buy your omega-3? Then somebody says where the place the omega-3 is. So I would try and offer without, now it is very easy for me because this person has already used another product, omega-3, from somewhere. So now I am sharing my omega-3 and I say, wouldn't you want to try this one? And I can really assure you that you will have good results. I've experienced that, and somebody uses it and the person is not using the walking stick anymore because of the joints. Joints are good and also has got no swelling. Then that becomes an easy thing. But if you're going to start from scratch to say that, hey, I've got omega-3, my omega, then other people, they don't want to even listen to you because already they believe that the omega-3 that they have, it is good, and they haven't experienced, they
Meanwhile,
don't
it's
want
not
to
even
experience.
working.
Exactly. So if
Thanks.
somebody
It's
has
okay.
used it and finds out that it's
Sorry,
not
Zuki, you're
working,
going over your time then. We must keep
all
it
right,
to
so
60 seconds. But
sorry.
I've got the, no worries. So I've got there's someone who has joint pains and swollen feet, and you make a comment. I see that you have swollen feet. What are you using? And then you find out what they're using. So it goes back to the previous video also. Very good. Awesome. Thanks, Suki. We'll go from the bottom. Milka. Beautiful.
Yes.
Any feedback from that?
Sorry, I did not see the video properly, so I don't know exactly. It was showing what it was showing there.
You couldn't see the video.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We'll move on to if you speak to somebody about the business or the products, what do you tell them in terms of what makes our products unique? Why are we different? Why don't they just go to the
Yeah.
shop and buy something? What do you tell them?
Yeah, I told them our product is very unique because many people are buying that and they are not complaining about that. So I meet someone who told me he's using also the same product, but I tell him our product is very unique because it's working. He told me the one he used to buy in Pick and in Clicks or somewhere else, His was not working properly, so you need to try our product. That's why I
Something
tell
else.
him, yeah,
Yeah. Excellent.
I tell that people that our product is very, 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 very good, so you can try that. But he used to buy by me now, so I'm waiting the feedback.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Milka.
Okay, thanks.
Mary Lisa.
Yeah, to sell the experience is basically telling your story. And if you don't have a story about the product to tell somebody else's story, that is a real experience. And not the packaging or the bow on top. People want to know how they're going to feel using the product. Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. That's a very good point that actually ties into where we're going with this. You can see Mary Lisa's been training with us for a while. Howard?
Yeah, so we actually need to know a little bit about our products. Like it's whole food, it's organic. Like if you take the omega-3, the salmon swims wildly in the sea. It's not from farm. It's tested for lead and that sort of thing. Because if you if you like the lady in the video, if you put other products next to ours and you put a bow on it, I
Yeah.
mean, they will all look the same. So they all look nice. They all look unique. So we've got to know we've got to speak about that product and how that product is actually formed, that sort of thing.
Excellent. Thanks, Howard. Gail?
Hi, Russell. Coming back to the same prospect. Remember, he had so many products already for his wife and it didn't work. So I tell him about my story, and that is, I agree with Marilisa, your story sells, and then I'll give him the NeoLife Difference of whole food nutrition, the scientific board that covers the nutrition and the toxic free and environmentally friendly. That is what I will bring over. That is the NeoLife Difference to the products that his wife already used.
Yeah, you can see we chose the right group as well. Everybody's talking about what's coming next, so that's awesome. Denise?
Yeah, as the caption said on the video, sell the experience, not the product. I'll do the NeoLife Difference and a story, a successful story. And
Okay, like a testimonial, you mean?
and what I did in the past was also to give them a sample of the product.
Awesome. Thank you, Denise. I think Charmaine pops up next. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's the effects that the products have on your body and then your story. And then that will probably bring over the message to the client.
Awesome. Celeste?
You're gonna laugh.
Mhm.
I have an experience almost like this, and about omega-3. And I told him, omega-3 you buy on the rubbish on the shops is rubbish. Stop buying because you're drinking yourself poison. So stop buying and start drinking from NeoLife. And then they say to me, how can you say it's a rubbish if it's all the same ingredients? And then I was stuck. Then I told him, well, one is from the deep sea because I didn't know a lot. I was just starting. One is from the deep sea. And the other one, they just squeeze everything together and they make omega-3. And the one from NeoLife, they don't give the patent, and it's the only one that they done in the world, and they don't give to patent. So anything else that you drink on the shops is rubbish. and I was very embarrassed. So I have to think very careful from now on about the product. That woman that she
Yeah.
spoke really gave me a lot of thoughts
Good,
into my
good
mind.
tips. Yeah. Very good. So before Hazel gives her feedback, I was actually really excited, and it always happens for me when sometimes I over prepare for weeks when I know I'm doing a training. Other times, like today, I came across a video, well, two videos now, and it just gave me this idea for the training. We weren't actually even going to do training; we were just going to invite people and sort of have a chat. And I just thought, doing these two clips and getting people's feedback, and it just ties so clearly into the NeoLife difference and your story. And that's exactly what people spoke about now when they saw the video as well. So we're all thinking along the same lines, which is excellent. Hazel, you're gonna give feedback as well, and then we can move on to the next section.
Yes, I was just laughing while Celeste was talking. And I was just thinking, you know what? It's amazing if a person can see where you go wrong and then correct it yourself. And this
Yeah.
is what the group is all about, because when she said it, she even said, it sounds crazy. It sounds ugly. It sounds so wrong. And we are taught, because she was also then new, we are taught, and I love this business because we are taught to do it the right way. And the right way is that we never, ever break down any other product. You just tell people what your product can do for them. That's all that is very, very important. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for everybody for the input. It was amazing tonight.
Definitely one aspect we can bring in a topic for future is obviously the NeoLife values. But I think there was a section with the Eagle team as well where they spoke about those principles, Hazel. I think the Eagle team manual has something like
Yes,
that.
yeah, very important.
So we can do that in one of our future
Because,
sessions.
because guys, you must remember, you can never ever look good if you break anybody else down. It doesn't matter. I'm not even talking product only. In life, it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot look good if you break anybody down. So be
Yeah.
careful doing that. Yeah.
Okay, so in preparation, thanks for that, Hazel. In preparation for the NeoLife Difference section, which is what we're going to talk about next, and that's why I wanted to get through, these two videos and the comments as quickly as possible to really focus on these two things. I'm going to share 5 documents that I found in all my collections about the NeoLife Difference. Let me share my screen quickly and start with them one at a time. Let's just do share screen 2. And the first one that I think we should all be familiar with and really get to know well is the industry first and breakthrough achievements one. I don't even know if I don't think it's still sold at the warehouse. I'm not sure. They're clamping down on a lot of the brochures, but we've got the digital versions of everything. So we can read through it digitally, and I'll obviously post it on the group as well. So for example, they go from 1958 and they talk about the Formula 4, the first whole food nutritional supplement. So NeoLife has been the first in the industry to so many things since the year that they were founded. They talk about the, cellular nutrition. They talk about health of the environment. NeoLife was green already back then. The world is still not figured out how to be green. I want to do a podcast or a clip one day about what I do with my LDC and Super 10 bottles and the K bottles. These 1 liter bottles. Because what I've done now is, and what I've been doing for a while with the gardening and that, is to actually cut the bottle up and use the plastic as my plant tags. So then I'll write on there like lettuce, spinach or whatever, and use that plastic so that I never throw the bottles away. I cut them up and I reuse those tags because I'm gonna plant spinach forever. So when the spinach dies and I plant new spinach, I'm gonna take the tag out and put it in the next one. So it's basically things that I'll use forever. So NeoLife has been green since back then already. Um, we have Dr. Arthur First and all of his achievements around the double amino acid chelation. There's a picture of that I'll share in a second. Where the chelated minerals actually assist with 6 times more absorption rate with some of our products. And I've got a picture that I'll share with you guys of which products that those are. And obviously, Dr. Arthur First with the whole the uh, the cancer thing. He's obviously been part of the first uh, oral chemotherapy discovery, and from that came the next thing that the brochure has, which is Betagard, and that gets all of those toxins out of the body again. His initial product that he developed was Toxguard before it changed to Betagard. So he even developed further on Betagard. Sorry, Betagard is actually a development on a previous product called Toxguard, if you guys didn't know that. And then as you go down, you can see NeoLife has an artificial stomach, which helps them to see to it that the products get absorbed or last through the stomach acids and all of these things, and they actually make it to the intestines where they need to be, or if they need to open in the stomach or whatever the case is. And so you go down and you see all of the other things that make NeoLife give you the NeoLife difference when we need to speak to people about that. These things are not small achievements. These things are things that other companies that are still, you have companies that since 1958 and NeoLife has come out with cellular nutrition. There's companies that are saying they're into health, but they still don't have anything on cellular nutrition. So why is that? So they're not actually into health. They're just into making money off the people. And it's not even as uh, effective as our products. But as Hazel said, we don't need to mention the other products at all. There's so much of these achievements over the years that NeoLife has done. I mean, our carotenoid complex, throughout the COVID pandemic, we've had all of these immune system requests. People want to improve the immune system, and we have a product that increases the immune system by 37% in just 20 days. We've got our other fighter defense products like flavonoid and cruciferous, which aside from the immune system benefits, obviously have other benefits as well. You know, um, we can go further into the Vita Guard and the Vita Squares for the kids' nutrition, and all the way up to actually even having our NeoLife shake, our protein shake. We've got our latest products like CoQ10, Botanical Balance, and Magnesium. So over 60 years that NeoLife has been around, we don't have time to speak about other companies because there's so much of what we have that is unique, that the other companies don't have. I'm going to go through all of this, and then if you guys want me to go back to anything, if you want to speak to it, I'll just open it for you again. So this is the picture. Why is it opening on the other screen all the time? This is the picture I was talking about, the chelated minerals, it's up to 6 times absorption rate, and there's all the products that have that double, what do they call it? The double amino acid chelation, if I'm not mistaken. Guys can correct me on that if I'm wrong. But with the chelated minerals, those are the 5 products that we've got. That gives us the 6 times more absorption rate compared to other products. We've got the protein difference. I think I've shared with San, but I'm just going to stop and share it again. I don't know if you guys have heard this clip before. It is a bit long, it's about 5 minutes or 5.5 minutes. So just listen to some of the things that he says. This is one of my favorite clips on protein and the NeoLife shake specifically. So just listen to this one.
Today I would like to answer the question that we get on occasion: what makes the NeoLife shake different from other protein shakes on the market? There's 8 points that I'd like to share with you. And although I'm not comparing the NeoLife shake to whatever other shake you might be taking from wherever you're getting it, I would just like you to go back and do the research on these 8 points that I'm going to share with you and compare whatever protein shake you're taking to the NeoLife shake. Number 1, the NeoLife shake contains all 22 amino acids needed for human nutrition, and in their proper ratios, okay? It doesn't just contain 9, it doesn't just contain 13 of the amino acids, or 12 or 17 maybe. It contains all 22. of the whole complete family of protein that our body needs, and again, in their proper ratios. Point two, it is highly digestible. Some people complain about certain protein supplements giving them gas or bloating or different digestive systems, because protein is or can be a very difficult thing to digest. NeoLife's protein is of the highest quality, like I mentioned. Science has established a protein digestibility score. It's called the PDCAAS score. Stands for Protein Digestibility Corrected Amino Acid Score. And an excellent score, a quote-unquote excellent score, is a 1.0. There's no food on planet Earth that God created that is higher than a 1.0 in and of and by itself, okay? NeoLife's protein shake has a PDCAAS score of 1.73, okay? 73% higher than an excellent score. Now, what does that mean? It means that the protein, according to scientific standards, is highly digestible, assimilated by our bodies, and used. It really doesn't matter if you're taking 20 grams of protein or 200 grams of protein a day if your body cannot assimilate and digest but just a little bit of that. In fact, it does matter, because all those extra grams of protein that your body cannot digest properly is very taxing and hard on your organs in your body. So actually it does matter. But the most important point is that don't focus on the number of grams of protein. Although ours has 18 grams per serving, we should be focusing on how many of those grams are being used by the body. And really, ultimately, that's all that matters, right? The third point is that it contains branched chain amino acids. What this means, and I'm no scientist, so I won't try and explain that, but what that means is that it helps your body, even while losing fat, to retain lean muscle mass, which is how I was able to, on the NeoLife Shake, lose 20 pounds of fat and actually maintain and increase my lean muscle tissue, which is very exciting. The fourth point that I think makes it quite different from others on the market is that it's a complete meal replacement. Okay, it's not just a protein supplement. So it contains the proper balance of protein, carbs, fiber, and good fats to make a complete balanced meal, along with 25 essential vitamins and minerals. Okay, all for only 160 calories when mixed in water as it's designed. And the fifth point, which most protein shakes can't tell you or can't claim, they might be able to claim, but it's not true for most, is that it tastes delicious. This actually tastes amazingly incredible. And if you've tried it, you know what I'm talking about. The sixth point is that it's clean. Just as important as what's in it, would you not agree, is what's not in it. No artificial sweeteners, no GMO ingredients, no, it's beyond organic standards, clean, pure, no cholesterol, no trans fat, no hydrogenated oils, and so on and so forth. Everything our bodies do need, and none of the stuff that our bodies don't need. The seventh point is that it includes digestive enzymes to help with the digestibility of other ingredients in the shake. So it just helps the whole digestion process, the added enzymes that are in there. The eighth point, and probably potentially one of the most exciting points, is that it's glycemically response controlled. The technology that NeoLife came out with and developed in the 1990s, long before anybody had even heard the term glycemic response control or glycemic response control technology, is what NeoLife built into their shake, actually one version before this one. They've had this technology for over 15 years. And whether you need to lose some fat, or whether you're a bodybuilder trying to build your bulk and your muscle mass, everybody wants to shed any extra fat they have, and there's no better way to do that, whether you're a bodybuilder or not, than to have a protein shake or a diet that can stabilize blood sugar and keep us in not only the energetic zone, but also that fat burning zone, and so we stay out of the glycemic roller coaster that causes fat storage, which nobody wants. So those are the 8 points in my mind that make the NeoLife Shake head and shoulders above anything else I've ever seen in the marketplace. But you be the judge. You go check against what protein shake you might be taking. Ask them what their PDCAAS score is. Ask them how many of the 22 amino acids needed for human nutrition is in your shake. And all these other questions that I've given you as a little homework, and you be the judge.
Okay, that one was a little long. So I'm not going to take too much time with the other 2 points here. Just share my screen again, but this time there won't be any sound. It's just a document, a fast facts document, if you guys follow the fast facts. So this one is the NeoLife difference in quality. And there are 10 NeoLife differences you can count on. Quality is not a goal, it's a commitment. There's a whole lot of different sort of, how can we say, like longevity and leadership in a competitive market. The sort of principles that makes NeoLife different. So it's not a product difference necessarily, but it's what makes NeoLife as a company different. And then the last one that I found, just wait for him to open, try and open him again, is so 9 questions to compare the NeoLife quality. So how long has the company been around? Has the company had any lawsuits or fraud charges? Are they a publicly traded company? Is the company pharmaceutically controlled with a license? Um, do they manufacture the product themselves, or are they just distributing items? Do they have a dedicated facility with oxygen-free environment? With our products are nitrogen based, the capsules and that. They find a way to preserve our products with in a nitrogen environment instead of oxygen, which obviously will degrade the quality over time. Basically, the products will go off in storage. And then, do they use a stomach simulator? I'm sure that's something very unique to NeoLife. There's a whole lot of stuff, and I'm not going to go through everything, but I will share all of these with you guys. So let's have a quick chat and run down the line of what you guys thought of anything that I've shared, anything that you learned from the night, and then we will close with a session on stories. I'm going to open the floor now. I'm not going to go through the list. So let's just take three of our top three stories that you guys have, or takeaways that you guys have. You can unmute yourself if you got something out of all of that. Celeste?
I always have a problem with this shake. I could never explain to people properly what is what. So I would like to have this video and share with other people. I have a friend that they do gym, both of them, the husband and the wife. And I
Yeah.
keep telling that they should have drink the shake, but they tell him, no, the others is exactly the same and it's much cheaper.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
comparing apples and pears kind of thing, or apples and stones.
Yeah.
Gail, I saw you were open.
Yeah, it's I also the New Life Shake. That is a takeaway for me, because I just had a prospect that is also wanted a shake, but telling me that it's expensive. So this is a very, very good video to just bring over. I wrote down, I actually made notes of the 8 points.
Yeah.
So I'm going to study that points. Yeah. So that I can say it off heart.
Yes, yes. Now I'll share the list as well, because I also want to go over that. In fact, I think he's taken that video down, but at some point I managed to get it. So I want to record a video like our version of that, and involve some of you as well when we do that. Set up a studio here at my place and actually do a recording, maybe even like a podcast style thing where we're sitting on a couch or something and discussing it. It'd be really awesome if we can get maybe like a Dr. Isiza or something on, like as a guest speaker, or something like that, to help us drive home that point. I saw Zuki, you made bronze there.
Yes, Russell, I wanted to say that I think I need to have continuous learning all the time. I mustn't stop learning about the products, because like today, about the shake, I've heard something very much interesting. Some points that I would never take care of them, but as from today, I will take care of them. So we will learn until we get to the grade, trying to understand all our products. What is it all about? So I think that's very much important with me. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Zuki. Um, Nobody else is unmuted. So Hazel, is there anything that you want to say on that point before we move on to the last section?
Yes, I was just thinking, the more you know, the more you can educate. The more you educate, the more money you will make. It's a fact. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Hazel. So for the next section now, I'm going to do something. Is there anybody on the call that has really been struggling with this story? And you say your story. Hi, my name is Russell, and I was really frustrated because when I started with NeoLife, before I started NeoLife, I was trying different business ideas, and I had basically been started working full time, trying out different business ideas, and I couldn't find a way that I could step out of the job and into my businesses because I didn't know how I was going to build a business, and I didn't have control of my time. Um, in terms of growing a business, having to service those customers, and if they something goes down, and I can't tell them I'm at work, I can't help them. Whereas with this business, you have a lot more freedom in that respect. So that sort of build up to the story. I'm not going to do the full story now, but anybody struggling with this story and hasn't maybe had the breakthrough in sitting down and getting that story right. Welcome, Daphne.
Hi, Russell.
Howard.
Yeah, I haven't really got my story, so that's something I have to work on. Yeah, I don't really have my story that I can stand up and say my story.
Yeah. Okay, so don't mute yet. I'm going to actually use you as a test
A guinea
subject
pig.
because I didn't want to say guinea pig because some people say that I'm not a pig. So
Okay.
Russell, Russell,
Hazel?
you can do Howard, but I think we really need to do, because we have a lot of new people on the group, um, that we really teach that to the new people.
What
And
we're gonna do now.
thank
Sorry,
you,
Hazel.
Howard.
Hmm?
Thank you, Howard, for being honest and open. We can only teach what we know you have a challenge with. So if you're
Yeah.
not honest, so I really appreciate that. Well done, Howard.
Yeah, no, just to clarify, Hazel, we're not going to only work with Howard. What we're doing is we'll show what it comprises of, and people can then follow and do their own story.
Okay.
And obviously we can do those sessions with people in the future as well.
Yes.
So I
Awesome.
think you guys, can you see my screen and what I'm doing here?
Because I'm just thinking about time, Russell.
Yeah. No, we're not
Yeah.
going to do everybody, but we'll do just a couple of things here. So Howard, if you can give me three things about your background, just in terms of let's think of in terms of form, so family, occupation, recreation, motivation. Let's give me one of each. Let's do that.
Okay,
Oh,
so work, I would say I started off in IT when I first started working.
yeah.
And then I moved into, well, I stayed in IT for a number of years. Um, and then I decided to get my own business. So from IT to starting my own business.
Okay. And then in terms of family, just a quick
Family,
nugget there.
yeah, not too sure what to say there.
Background, just what is your current status? Your father, your husband,
Uh, yeah, well, yes, I'm a father, a husband. I've got two boys of my own. I'm divorced and I'm remarried. Um, yeah, I come from a family that had I had seven. There were seven of us in the family, so we had quite a big family. They didn't have TV those days, so yeah, I've got four sisters and I had two brothers.
Okay, and then in terms of recreation, what do you like to do for fun, or what are one of your hobbies?
Um, okay, it used to be I used to enjoy camping. I used to enjoy fishing, things like that. Nowadays, there's not much time for that anymore. But
Okay, no,
yeah,
that's
those
fine.
are
And then, sorry, Howard, and then in terms of motivation, what motivates you, or what are some of your dreams, maybe?
yeah, my dreams is basically at my age now is my dream is working towards my pension. So I would
So
like to
fine.
build a business. Sorry.
So, so you want to basically build financial stability for your future,
Yeah, for
basically.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And what didn't you like about your life before? And so we're moving over to dislikes now.
Um, well, I worked hard all my life, and I never really got the breaks in life with promotions and things like that. And I was always a quiet type of person, so I was always kept back, and I never spoke up for myself, and maybe that's why I never got ahead in corporate. So I didn't get the promotions that I should have, and maybe that's like kept me back in life. So yeah.
Okay. And then how did NeoLife solve that problem specifically?
Well, I saw a gap with NeoLife that it's something that I can control myself. I can, if I work hard at that, hard work pays off. So if you don't work in NeoLife, you won't get anywhere. But if you put in the hard work, you will get eventually get somewhere, and you would start building a big business for yourself.
And have you had any major results since starting with NeoLife?
Um, we have had. I mean, we've worked ourselves up to senior managers, and we've qualified senior managers a few times. We just need to work on getting other people to do things in our business as well, so that it's not just us doing all the work. So we need to work on duplicating the business so that it grows even faster.
Yeah, and would you say that getting to senior manager is what is the word I'm looking for? An achievement?
Yeah, I would say it's an achievement. Working while moving up from distributor, I would say it's an achievement. It's a beginning.
If I can cut in there, then if you got six other people to get the same achievement as you, what level would you be at?
Well, then I would probably be director, emerald director, or somewhere
Okay.
around there.
So I'm just gonna put the hazel hat on now quickly and just look at the wording that you used there. You mentioned that you worked yourself up to senior managers and other people you want to get other people to put in work that then you don't have to put in that work. So just change the wording a bit, because if you reframe what you're saying to if all you did was help other people get also to senior manager, and it's actually just four, right? Or even three, I suppose. But let's just say we chose the number six. If you got six other people to be senior managers, then you'd probably definitely be director. So if you could say you worked your way up to senior managers up to now, and you're working on getting six other people uh, to achieve what you've achieved, and that will help you to achieve your goals of building that financial stability for the future. Maybe I should type that in here instead of talking, eh? Getting other people to achieve the same, to reach senior. Do you understand where I'm going with that?
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah.
Senior manager, and this will help me reach my goal of financial stability for the future. Okay, so what I've done now, I'm sorry it's so small. I'm a little blonde this evening and trying to get it to be a bit bigger. But I'll share it with you guys so that it's a lot bigger so you can actually read it. But essentially, what the story comprises of, and we're going based on a lot of training that we've done, is you talk about your background, so who you are, and we can use form to help us to get to that, get all the information there. So you can expand on that, but that's a start for you, right? And then the dislikes, what you didn't like about your life at the time. You've mentioned particularly how you've been sort of quiet and never spoke up for yourself. And then how did NeoLife solve your problem? So each problem or dislike that you add there, you have the solution, the NeoLife, how NeoLife helped you solve that problem. And then, of course, what were your results and how you feel about the future. So you can obviously put in there that you're really excited to be a part of it, and you can't wait to get more people involved in your team. I just want to give that to you as well. Really excited to be involved in this business, and I can't wait to get more people involved. Oops, in my team. So what I'm going to do now, because it's really very small and even I'm struggling to read it and I'm sitting right in front, is I'm going to copy it over to the next thingy quickly and then just give it to you again. And I'm going to ask you just to read it as if it's your story. And obviously you can chop and change this and improve it all you want. My story has evolved so many times over the years, and I'm probably about to evolve it again. But I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you just so that you can easily read it. And I'm just breaking it up so it's easier to read. And I'm just going to ask you to, within, let's give you 45 seconds. Is that big enough for you to read?
Let me see. I'm gonna have to try and make it a bit. Like I can make it bigger
26.
for my phone, yeah.
Is that maybe better? Put that one there. Okay. So I'm going to time you now. I'm going to tell you when to start, and then you can basically just tell your story using the words on the screen as a marker. Um, and then we'll see how long the story is as it is here, and you can obviously take it and improve it because you've seen the process now. So I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and you can go ahead.
I'm gonna start with hi there. I'm a father and a husband. I have 2 sons. I was divorced and remarried again. I was in IT when I first started working. And then after a number of years, I started my own business. I like camping, fishing, and my motivation in the business is to build a big sustainable business for my pension, build financial stability for the future. So I worked hard all my life, never really got the breaks with promotions. I was always quiet and never spoke up for myself and never got ahead in corporate. It is something that I can, NeoLife is something that I can control, and if I work hard at this, hard work pays off. If you put in the hard work, you get the rewards. I worked up to, we worked ourselves up to senior managers, and now we are working on getting other people to achieve the same, to reach senior managers, and this will help me reach my goal of financial stability for the future. I'm really excited to be involved in this business, and I can't wait to get more people involved in my team.
Okay, it was amazing, Howard. So now you've read it once. It's obviously my notes on your words. So I'm just going to add here because one thing you obviously want to start off with is my name is JD Howard. Get the spelling right. I'm going to ask you to do it one more time, Howard. This time I'm going to take more note of the timing. So that was under 2 minutes, but I'm sure you can get it under 1 minute because you're obviously not getting more familiar with the content. So I'm going to give you a 3-second heads up again, and you can start from the top. You'll go with 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hi everybody, my name is Howard Zapata. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I have 2 sons. I previously divorced and I've remarried. My background is in IT. I worked in IT for a number of years, and then after that I started my own business. I enjoy camping and fishing. My motivation is to build up a pension, build up financial stability for the future. I worked hard all my life, never really got the breaks with promotion. I was always quiet, never spoke up for myself, and that's why I never got ahead in corporate. It is something that NeoLife is something that I can control. And if I work hard at this, hard work pays off. So if I put in the hard work, you get the rewards. We worked ourselves up to senior managers, and now we are working on getting other people to achieve the same, to reach senior manager. And this will help me reach my financial stability for the future. I'm really excited to be involved in this business, and I can't wait to get more people involved in my team.
Awesome. So now I'm going to use something that I use all the time for everything, which is ChatGPT. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to put into ChatGPT, act as Eric Worry and help me rewrite my story so I can say it in under 60 seconds. Give me the word for word story and then give me a bullet points version. I'm gonna paste what we've just worked on now, and I'm just gonna click go. Sorry, this part is not actually planned, so there's your 60-second clip, and then there's your bullet points if you want to start basically memorizing it. Do you think that's something that you could do? How would have I helped you to get started better on doing your story?
Yeah, definitely. It's something I can work on. Yeah.
Awesome. So I will basically put this into a document for you, and then I'll send it to you on WhatsApp so long, and you can build on it from there.
Okay.
What do you think about the process? Is it something that you could also teach your downlines? You know, just using something like this, if we had like a little worksheet where it was background dislikes, how did you solve them that, and then just blank spaces where people can fill it in, or you can fill it in for them when you're coaching them.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that'll work out because it's
Mm.
when you put it down like that, then it's easier to work out your story.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually an idea that I've had for my own story to redo it for a long time now. And it's kind of how I have been doing it, but I've sort of wanted to do bullet points under each and then add to those bullet points as I think of other things, you know, so that there's always like a master copy of it that I can take from, depending on who I'm speaking to, I can make it tailored to them. So that is something that I wanted to do for a while. So I'm going to stop my screen share. Anybody, Howard, if you've got anything else you want to share about the process, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we'll open the floor to other people as well, and then Hazel can finish off for us.
I just wanted to ask you, Russell, your story, must it be under 2 minutes or 2 minutes or
That's
1
my
minute?
personal goal. I would say that you could get it done in under 2 minutes, and it's a fairly decent story, especially if you're doing it like you know, for presentations and that. But if you're talking to someone, you want to keep it under a minute, I would say, because people might lose interest after a while. So that's why I want to do like bullet points of each section, and then I can focus on the key points. Because maybe I'm talking to someone that already knows a certain part about me. Then I'm not gonna speak to them word for word of my normal story because they're gonna be like, "Why are you singing a song at me?" type of thing.
Yeah.
So it depends on the situation, really. But I would say if you can master a 2 minute story, you know, of your story, then you prepared for your presentations, but also you're prepared for when you speak to someone, because you can gauge in their eyes, you know, they're starting to drift away and daydream, and then you you stop talking and sort of ask them a question in between or whatever. So that's my opinion. I don't know if anybody else has any other tips for that particular point.
Yes, I just think it is so important that we keep it short and to the point, you know. So the shorter, the better. And that's why I say we need to learn to talk in nuggets. Thank you, Russell. And
Awesome.
thank you, Howard. That was awesome. And Howard, you will see it will become shorter because you won't think anymore. You had to think
Yes,
now because it was your
exactly.
first time. We did
Yeah.
this over and over and over, not because we're clever. We did it was practice, 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 you know. So
Definitely.
tonight was very good. Thank you, Howard. That was awesome to have the guts also to do.
Thanks, Russell.
Well done.
Excellent. Anybody else? Any
What we
takeaways?
can do, Russell, is if there is people, they can just let me know, and then we
Okay.
can do it, for them also at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
definitely need to help in terms of that. Because sometimes people, it actually helps. Even if I redo my story and let's say Howard was on the other side of the table and he's asking me the questions, prompting me, following the system, it will help me also because I'm not thinking of the system anymore. I'm thinking of the story, focused, like Hazel said. So I definitely think that is something we can maybe even do in pairs. If you're struggling, pick a partner and you can send you the picture of the four things, the background, dislikes, how did NeoLife solve the problem, and what were your results, or how you feel about the future, and then you can take that and run with it. In pairs, you can actually coach each other basically. So we can still do training about it, but we don't have to wait for that. That's one thing that I'm big on in terms of self-development is you don't need to wait for somebody to help you improve. Sorry, Hazel, with that, I'm actually done with my presentation for the night. You're welcome to close as well.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to Russell once again for the amazing teaching tonight. And that is the purpose of this group, is that everybody would be able to do what you are doing. And it's not difficult. We don't need to have all these funny, peculiar things that you have, because I don't have it, and I still do it. But it's just that everybody will take ownership of their business. That's the big thing, and that we will have the guts, like Howard tonight, to say, yes, I am in the business, but I still have a challenge. And look how quick he overcame that challenge tonight. And I'm sure he feels good about it. And so that is what this group is all about, is that we will really support each other when you have functions or whatever. Open it to the group, because if you have more than one person that is excited, like you did, Russell, with your event, everybody just, Gail was honored, and even Mikael, that was new. So it's all that working together as a group. We will definitely grow faster. And this is our year of rising to the next level in 2025. Thank you, everyone. Be blessed. We're gonna really try and stick to an hour. We are sorry that we overtime a lot overtime tonight, but I think it was worth it. Thank you very much,
So
everybody.
thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Russell.